Imagine you're 2 episodes into a tense new thriller. Instead of letting the suspense build, you pause the show, open Wikipedia, and scroll straight to the plot summary just to find out which characters actually survive. If you do this, you likely keep it a secret. Society often treats this habit as an act of impatience, a way of ruining the story before it has a chance to unfold. This behavior frequently has very little to do with a lack of self-control or a desire to skip the art. Seeking out the ending can be an intentional emotional regulation strategy, utilized by a specific type of nervous system to manage the experience of consumption. This search for the ending is a mechanism to lower cognitive load. It suggests that for certain brains, managing unpredictable anxiety is a priority that allows them to engage with the narrative more comfortably. For a highly sensitive person, watching a show blind is an incredibly active process. They analyze the scene's lighting choices, tracking micro-expressions on an actor's face, and calculate the probability of betrayal. This is detective mode. Constantly scanning for narrative clues creates a heavy cognitive load. While others sit back, a sensitive brain works overtime, generating dozens of hypotheses to ensure the plot doesn't catch them off guard. This ties into a psychological concept called uncertainty tolerance. While some people crave the dopamine hit of unpredictability, other nervous systems process that same ambiguity as a form of stress. For someone with low uncertainty tolerance, the sheer volume of predictive data makes a movie night feel more like an exhausting mental marathon than a period of rest. In a world that is already aggressively unpredictable, the brain often hits a limit. It refuses to voluntarily accept more chaos during its designated downtime. The nervous system can physically process suspenseful entertainment as an active biological threat rather than a source of fun. Reading the spoiler provides a mechanical fix for this biological reaction. This chart shows how knowing the ending can act as cognitive cruise control. It instantly neutralizes the threat response and allows the nervous system to return to a stable trajectory. By removing the perceived danger, the viewer can finally shift out of a state of survival and move into a state where they can actually be entertained. This knowing provides a sensation similar to a mental weighted blanket. It guarantees emotional safety. The viewer is allowed to pre-survive character deaths or betrayals, removing the risk of an emotional hit that might otherwise linger for days. Because mental bandwidth is no longer consumed by panicking about what is going to happen, the brain can redirect its focus toward how the story is told. This space allows a viewer to notice the cinematography, the subtle nuances of a performance, and the deeper themes that are often missed when the mind is preoccupied with suspense. Knowing the ending facilitates a focus on the artistry. The narrative becomes psychologically safe to consume, making the experience more intentional and less reactive. Do you find yourself reading plot summaries before the credits roll, or do you find that it takes the joy out of the experience? Let me know in the comments. This is a safe space for all kinds of viewers. And if you're interested in the weird ways our brains navigate the world, subscribe and join the channel for more.